Big move in Bitcoin then, in contrast to all the notes I wrote pre-show, which were telling me that this was going to put Bitcoin under pressure.
The narrative that perhaps this launch of these political meme coins will sap flows from Bitcoin is showing us that it's really not the case this morning. If anything, it's just accelerated the momentum and the excitement around cryptocurrency under another Trump administration.
Hi, Dewald. What is all this FOMO about? Should I buy Bitcoin now?
Are you smoking your socks? You should rather watch my show. You should rather watch my show.
Right, legends. Sorry about that. I had to go and grab my coffee. I forgot about my coffee. My coffee is so important. Right, cheers everyone. Welcome to another live stream. Let's analyze the price of Bitcoin here together. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Yes. Oh yes. This is really good coffee. Yes, legends, let's dive into this live stream. And as per the thumbnail, today's live stream will be about you, right? I'm going to try my best to go through every single comment. So this is a community live stream. Yes, we can do some technical analysis here on the price of Bitcoin as always. But here is your opportunity to ask me any trading questions, because I did recognize during yesterday's live stream. Is the feed coming through? Yes. During yesterday's live stream, I got a lot of questions in terms of, Dewald, what is your FIP settings? How do you put the daily levels? How do you include the point of controls? How do you use a Fibonacci? I got a lot of technical questions yesterday, and then I said yesterday, today I'm going to dedicate this live stream to you, right? So if you have any questions from a trading perspective, from a psychology perspective, personal questions directed at me, something that you are maybe still struggling with from a trading perspective, now is your chance, right? Ask away, legends. Ooh, I think, let's see how long we can stretch this live stream, because I do want to get through all the comments, but I have to set some ground rules, legends. Preferably, I would like questions that is trading related, psychology, even personal questions to myself that's not going to take half an hour to answer or 10 minutes to answer a specific question. So I know that a lot of people might post altcoin requests, and I will not be able to get through every single altcoin request. Okay, so I will flag the altcoin requests, and during the last portion of the live stream, I will start going through some altcoins. And if I don't get through all of them, so be it, right? We will have to do another live stream for that. But if every single person is going to ask me for an altcoin request, unless I do like a flash 5-minute update on every single altcoin, but we will tackle that as we get along. Right, legends, smash up that like button, hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. This is where I love to educate. It's a true passion of mine. I love to educate, share my knowledge. That is one of the biggest reasons I started up the YouTube channel, is to educate. And now let's put on some music here in the background. There we go. There we go. Right. Let me just put it so ever so slightly, just to simmer there in the background. And let me start saying hi to the beautiful community. Right. First up, Dewald, Hello, legends. Welcome to another live stream. Mr. Junior Mod in the house. Legends, have a nice weekend and smash that like on your way in. Yes, definitely. Smash up that like on your way in. Gillian, welcome to the live stream. 𝗞𝗔, hello, everyone. Dewald, pleasure to have you here. Keelan, if I cannot pronounce your YouTube usernames correctly, please forgive me. Okay, I'm trying my best. And right, 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗍, hello Dewald, welcome to the live stream. What could happen in the weekend? Well, usually, okay, it is estimated that 79% of weekends are ranging price actions. And typically what you see on a Friday, before the markets close, you want to see the big move. And what happens, especially during a Saturday, you get this. Right? It just goes sideways. Very boring price action. And that's always why I tell people, take a break from the chart, especially on Saturdays, because you get very low volatility and boring price actions on weekends. And from a data perspective, it is 79% of the time on a Saturday, price just does this. It does nothing. So you either get the breakout to the upside, it goes sideways on a Saturday, or we reject and it goes sideways, whatever the case might be. But you want to see the big move happen today, either to the upside or to the downside. Right, and usually you get that massive volatile move on a Friday before the markets close for the weekend, and then on Saturday, nothing happens. Sunday morning, nothing happens. And then just before the market starts opening on a Sunday, that's when the volatility starts kicking in again. Right, cool, let's continue with the comments over here. Ricky, welcome to the live stream. 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗍𝗍. Hello, welcome. Hemra, welcome to the live stream. No financial advice. I appreciate the mods, always the support here in the live stream. Let's not get confused and like the hit button. Free to touch, no KYC required. Yes, no KYC on that like button. Best crypto intro song. Thank you so much. Frank, hi, Dewald, and all. Let's go to... Hi. Oh, I can't see the emojis on this software that I'm using here to flash the comments on the screen is not showing me all the emojis, but I get what you're saying. Thanks a lot, brother. Like smashed, yes, as always. Psalm 91 6 song, Dewald, thank you so much. Right, show is over. Let's go. Right, let's go. Cheers, Fins. Right, you guys also, how was CPI? I don't think we got CPI data today. I see people are talking about CPI data. There's no CPI data, right? The only data or the only news, high impact news we have today is existing home sales. That's it. There's no CPI data yet today, unless I am smoking my socks. Am I smoking my socks maybe today? But I don't see anything. High impact news. Okay, this is all I look at is high impact news. Let's do medium impact news. Medium impact news. No, there's no CPI. I don't see any CPI. Right. Cool. Just had to double check that over there, legends. Okay, before I get into the show, let me go through some more comments. And good morning. Give some good news. No coffee, no work. Hi, Ali. Has the news came? Yes, the news was in 8 minutes ago. The news was 8 minutes ago. So no volatility from a news perspective. Do you think 𝗶𝗶 can recover to all-time highs again, or maybe just 2x from here? So I will flag this comment. That is an altcoin request, and we will do altcoin requests a little bit later during the live stream. Home sales bullish. Oh, it's bullish, right? But let's see. Okay, there is some nice green volume kicking in. Legends, I am here. Right, let me just pause the comments over here and mark my place. Okay, let me mark my spot over here. Right, let me take the comment out the way. Let's start with some basic technical analysis. Legends, I did enter a short, right? I'm currently in the short. And you might be asking me, well, why did you enter the short? Because this is something that I literally spotted while Andy was live. I was like, that little red line over there, a very interesting level, okay? And we got the rejection. Yes, you could wait for the rejection below the 0.618, but I wanted to see how high okay, I can catch the low with good risk management. So I entered. There's a high chance of me being stopped out, definitely, because on the lower time frames, okay, let me just show you guys. This is where I got in, right? Entry price on weeks, 99187, 99187. Right, it is literally, it's at the red line, okay? It's at the red line. That is where I entered with my stop above the high, and now my position is protected. And there's a high chance of me being stopped out. But it's a free trade, so I don't mind being in this trade or in this short. And you might be asking, well, Dewald, why did you enter over there? Well, this was the reason for me entering over there. I was looking at this wave, okay? A, B, C, to the upside, or a three-wave structure. Doesn't matter what you call it, W, X, Y, A, B, C, whatever you want to call the structure. I measured this wave, okay, this lightning bolt over here, and all I did is I took a trend-based fib from the low to the high to the low, and guess what, right? At that red line that I've got marked out, I've got the 1.236. And I know that that is a very, very common three-wave structure target, corrective structure target, very common. And I looked at the price action, I was like, okay, if we get acceptance back below that line, I'm going to enter, right? And that's exactly where I entered, slightly below that line, stop loss above the high, and now my position is protected, and it looks like I'm going to get stopped out. It is what it is, right? But I just want to show everyone, yes, I got stopped out. I am officially stopped out because I protected my position, but I mean, it was worth an attempt. You know, if you're trying to catch the top, that is how you catch the top. You enter like a sniper, you put your stop above the high. When price moves in your favor, you protect your position because you don't know if price is going to continue. The reason I protected my position so quickly, because usually I will leave my stop loss a little bit above for a little bit longer. I want to see a deeper retracement and then I will protect my position, is because here on the 4-hour time frame, okay, we still have 48 minutes left for this candle to close. But on the 1-hour time frame, okay, we have closed multiple candles above the trend. And that is usually a bullish sign. That is why I protected my position so quick. I was like, if there's an attempt for a short to the downside, right, I want to be very, very defensive. That's potentially a re-entry over there. But nonetheless, I'm here in the live stream. I just want to see something here on CVD. Sorry. Swipe. Let's go. Let's look at CVD. There is some insane bearish CVD building up against these two pivots. Okay, you have, right? So I got stopped out. Maybe, you know, I should have left my stop loss above the highs. Sometimes it happens. You have a lower high in price action and you have higher highs on CVD, higher highs on CVD, higher highs on CVD. So this is a bearish sign. So if I did not enter where I just entered and now got stopped out, this would be my re-entry with my stop above the high. Remember, legends, okay, weeks, first link down in the description, weeks. Yesterday when I brought up the weeks exchange and it said $10 to $100, yes, it is true. I told everyone that special is not going to last forever. Now they have a little bit of a lucky packet, okay? So if you sign up, when you sign up with the link down below, right, it's going to be a little bit of a lucky packet. You might get $10, you might get $50, you might get $80, you might get $100, right? But you still get free money by linking your email or your password to secure your account. And for the bigger traders out there, or for any trader out there, the more you trade, more money gets airdropped in your account, but you still get that amazing 50% discount on your trading fees. That is absolutely amazing. First link down in the description. This is where I take all of my day trades on Weeks and on Bluffin. If you don't like Weeks, I've got Bluffin over here. Okay, they still have that 100k airdrop. The more you trade, the more money gets airdropped into your account. And they also have this competition running still. I think they still have this competition running. Yes, still 12 days left for this competition. So you can go and register for that competition, join the team, and let's grab our share of $5.6 million. Okay, cool, legends. Now let's get back into, okay, I mean, let's just go here onto the 15-minute time frame. If the bears has any chance of a rejection to the downside, this has to be it. Because if price goes a little bit higher, it might continue to the upside. Because when I take a fib here from the high to the low, okay, you have now rejected by the 786, and this is the level where you have to reject. Okay, for the bears, you have to reject here, because if you tap the 0.88, you increase the probabilities of taking the high and moving higher. So this is the zone. This is where you short with good risk management. No 100x your entire position. No, you take 1% of your portfolio and you can apply leverage to that position. Okay, please guys, I don't want to get personal messages after the stream and people got stopped out and they liquidated their accounts because, you know, they didn't practice good risk management. Right, but legends, this is where I would get in, typically where I would get in. I'm actually going to, I can't do that. Right, I've got too many software programs running here in the background. I want to re-enter this trade. Well, you know, legends, this is it, right? I don't mind missing out on a trade, but this is where I would re-enter with my stop glued to that high, okay? At least targeting these pivots, but this could get aggressive here to the downside if it does reject. But there is a chance, and this is why we trade with stop losses, to get stopped out. But I'm telling you now, you want to get stopped out over here. If price is not going to fall here, you want to get stopped out because this could get really punchy to the upside. You do not want to add, or trade without a stop loss. I saw a comment in the stream the other day. I do like to sometimes rewatch my live streams, go through the comments again and see what people said. Okay, someone said, Dewald, is it okay if I only use 2x on Bitcoin with no stop loss? No, it's not okay. It's, we're going to tap the 0.88. If we're going to tap that 0.88, okay, it's not going to be good for the bears, right? It's not going to be good for the bears if we tap that 0.88, right? You want to see the rejection in this zone. We've got some confirmation. We haven't tapped it just as yet, right? It's struggling. The bulls and the bears are fighting over here. We do have bearish CVD. So the bears have a chance. This is typically where I get in with good risk management. And you know, legends, I don't win every single trade, but I mean, the risk management is phenomenal. So, I mean, let's zoom out ever so slightly. If you take this trading setup here to the downside, right, you entered over here with your stop glued to the high. I mean, that's a 0.22% stop loss. If you trade with 1% of your capital at 100x leverage, you will not get liquidated when your stop loss hits. Okay, and it never ceases to amaze me how people get scared of leverage or get surprised by how much leverage some people use because right. Leverage is this thing that people think makes money for some reason, but it's about the position that you apply when you use leverage. If I use 1% of my portfolio and I apply a 100x position over here, and even if I don't have a stop loss in place and my position gets liquidated, I still only lose 1% of my capital. That is the power of risk management. You will never see me enter a 100x trade with my entire portfolio. It ain't happening. I've burnt myself. I've liquidated accounts in the past. You will not see me do that, right? I will use 1 to 2, depending on your level of experience. I always talk about 1% of capital because I acknowledge that there's a lot of new people. If you are an experienced trader, yes, you can even go up to 2 or even 3 or even 5% of your capital, but it's not for the faint-hearted, right? You have to be sniper, you have to have experience and, you know, exercise that good risk management. But I mean, this trade could get epic because if we do not claim the high and you do not get stopped out, I mean, you know, just claiming these lows here at the bottom, you're already looking at a 5.67 risk to reward. These are the trades that, you know, is absolutely phenomenal. It basically means if you're risking $10 over here and your TP hits over here, you make $50, right? You're risking, I mean, the odds are in your favor, right? By entering trades like this. But, you know, we might get the rejection over here. This is typically a trade that I would have entered, if I now didn't get stopped out and I maybe just left my stop loss where it was supposed to be left. But legends, I do want to highlight the bullish signs on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, we have closed, let me take the noise here out. We have closed multiple candles above the trend. So there is bullishness as well. On the 1 hour time frame, we have closed bodies of 1 hour candles above the trend. That is a bullish sign. Okay, this is why I protected my position so quickly, because if you are shorting an uptrend, you need to be very selective about your longs and you need to exercise good risk management. But on the 4 hour time frame, this is now the candle that I'm watching. Okay, it's not over yet. If the 4 hour candle closes below the trend line, that will be a bearish sign. Okay, the higher the time frame, the better the confirmation. Right, hope that makes sense. Let me take this out the way. Cool. So legends, that is the short, right? And if you are attempting the short, I'm hoping that you are trading with the links down in the description, because that is how you support the channel. And that's also where I bring you the best possible deals. Currently getting the rejection here to the downside. I mean, that bearish CVD is now playing out. Legends, if you did not enter this trade, do not FOMO into a trade, okay? Do not be that person. You were too scared to enter over here. Price starts dropping. Now you are starting to short the market because it could get a bounce back to the upside. You know, claim the liquidity below the lows. This is a profit-taking area. If you FOMOing into a short down here, you are FOMOing into support. That's where the shorts are supposed to take profits already. Okay, so please don't FOMO into a short, right? This was the moment. This had the best risk management. If you entering over here where price is now look at that big stop loss and look at where you're supposed to take profits. It doesn't make sense anymore. That's why you have to be experienced. You have to be fast. You have to be sniper, right? We are getting the rejection here to the downside. Man, oh man, if I just, I should have just left my stop loss, but I saw the bullish signs and now I got stopped out. With that damn 2 weeks, I got stopped out and now price is moving to the downside. Legends. Good morning, Kevin. Welcome to the live stream. I will go through some more comments in a moment. Okay. I do see some significant selling pressure kicking in here from a liquidity perspective. Okay, well, from a CVD perspective, we are now just tanking here to the downside. We do have bearish CVD over here. Okay, bearish, bearish, bearish. And by claiming this low, the bearish CVD will play out. This is why this pivot is a profit-taking area if you took that short and then you leave some of the position open for lower levels. But at least you have paid yourself. Because yes, price could continue here to the downside, right? But at least you paid yourself and you left some of the position open for lower levels. But it could also bounce and stop you out. And if you didn't take profits, you got zero, nothing. You got into that trade for nothing and you're paying the trading fees. Right, that's why it's important to always take profits at support. Right, I wanted to look at liquidity. Let's do this, refresh the liquidity heat map. I mean, yeah, most of the liquidity to the upside has been grabbed. Okay, so if we're coming back down to grab this liquidity pool, you're looking at $97,000, right? $97,000. Well, I mean, this short could get nice and juicy here to the downside, right? That's why you pay yourself, because the bearish CVD will play out once you take that low. You pay yourself when you hit support, right? And if we are going to go down to the next liquidity pool, you're looking at this zone over here, basically the lows. You're basically looking at the lows. So it could be a nice little epic trade here to the downside. I mean, from a risk to reward perspective, now you guys can see how powerful a swing failure pattern is. I mean, look at this. It's absolutely stunning. If you entered where I told you to enter when price was there, and you have your stop loss glued to the high over there, and you are targeting the lows, right? 11.42% risk to reward. Anyone that tells me that by trading with 1% of your capital with such good risk management where you can 100x or even 200x, okay? Because even at a 200x position, you will only get liquidated over there. This is where you will get liquidated on a 200x position. Do you see the power, okay, of using leverage responsibly by only using 1, maybe 2% of your capital? But on this channel, legends, we do not get liquidated. I would already protect my position, okay? When price falls like that to the downside, that is where I already protect position, because now you have a free trade. You should now already have taken profits at the low, because that was the target for the bearish CVD. Now you leave some of the position open for lower levels, right? Pay yourself. Beautiful trade. Playing out to perfection, which I now lost out on, but I hope you caught it. Let me know in the comments. Legends, let me do a poll. Let me do a poll over here. I want to know who got into that trade. I mean, I was talking about that trade. Start poll. Who got into the short I spoke about? Not who, did you? Did you get into the short I spoke about? Yes, no, start poll, let's go. Right, I want to see, I'm very curious. Who got into that short? I mean, what can I say? There we go, there we go. Wow, okay, a lot of you got into the short. 79, 54, 50, okay, it's jumping around. People are still voting. Okay, but it does look like at least half of you got into the short that I highlighted over here. I mean, legends, you had to be so quick. You know, if you rewind the live stream, you'll see. When price was here, I spoke about the short. And I told everyone that is where I would enter with good risk management, as long as you don't tap the 0.88. And I mean, look at this. How crazy is this? It reminds me of another trade that I got into 3 days ago. Okay. How crazy is this? You did not tap the 0.88. Almost tap the 0.88. Okay. You got basically the rejection at the 786. Almost tap the 0.88 and bam. Right? Once you tap that 0.88, you increase the probability of taking the high, and we're like literally by, how many dollars was that? That was literally by $4. We missed the 0.88 by $4. And now looking at the dump here to the downside, man, right? That was the short that I wanted to get into. Look at the selling pressure kicking in here at the moment. And it does look like we're coming for that liquidity pool. It's coming for that liquidity pool. Definitely. Right? Look at that. It's coming. It's coming at $97,000. It's coming for. Okay. Right, let me see the results of the poll. Okay, so at least half of you guys, 54% of the people here got into the short. Well done, right? Please pay yourself on the way down. Please make sure that your position is protected. And not just protected, I would even move my stop loss into profits, okay? You should have taken profits here by the low, because that was the target of the bearish CVD, okay? You're hitting support here at the moment, and right. But I mean, this now does not look good, right? Because now you are starting to close. If this 15-minute candle closes below the trend, is not going to look good, right? Especially that 4-hour candle that I just spoke about. So let's see if this plays out. I'm just going to hide that, delete the FIP retracement. Now the question is, legends, okay, I mean, I spoke about the breakout over here in my Legends Pro community update, okay, this morning. I told everyone I didn't take the trade. I just wanted to see if it's going to go claim the high. Bam, claim the high, scalp trade in the bag. I'm not sure if anyone did take that trade. I did see in the Legends Pro community, even before I spoke about this trading setup, some legends already applied the D line. They played the breakout. They put their stop loss where they're supposed to put their stop loss, and they took profits here by the highs. Congratulations. Well done. You guys are learning. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now the question is, legends, let me clean up the chart. Okay, I want to take this FIP out the way. I want to, you know, the 1.236 we have spoken about. And now I can take that trend out the way. I want to just use clean price action over here. Why do I have this trend? Okay, let's put you in your folder, bad boy. Right. Legends, there's a potential that this structure could start correcting itself. Okay, especially now that we've claimed these lows. And what makes this interesting over here, this entire structure over here, okay, is that if this entire structure is going to start correcting itself, you want to take a fib from the low to the high. Okay, because there's a chance that it could start correcting itself. I mean, there's a lot of selling pressure kicking in here. Can you guys see the selling pressure? You must probably seen it on your charts as well. Look at the selling pressure kicking in here. So this could be a start of this entire structure starting to correct itself. So now this is where we need to build confluence, right? Now we have the 382, we have the 50%, and we have the 618. I really like this little pivot over here. I like these two pivots because there's also a lot of liquidity below those two pivots. But I also like the 50%. Okay, there's nice, there's actually beautiful support. Let me see if I still have today. No. Let me highlight it for everyone. Okay, look at this. Okay, let's make it green because it's support. I would say, legends, I would say the minimum target, okay, if this correction is going to continue and this is starting to correct this entire structure, okay, the minimum target I would be looking at is the 50% Fibonacci. You can definitely get a bounce at the 0.382. It comes back down, it goes back up, it makes a lower high, and it continues the momentum to the downside. Guess what? 1, 2, 3. 3-wave corrective structure. That's what you want to see. Okay, I do think that this could potentially be the minimum target because you have massive resistance, okay, over here, resistance, and now you broke out. So it would be nice to come back and do an RS flip. You flip this box now into support because you've broken it to the upside. Now it needs to find support at the 50% Fibonacci level. Another thing I want to point out over here is, legends, so while I'm showing you this, what I'm trying to also highlight is if you are in this short that I've highlighted, okay, I would definitely leave, you know, you pay yourself on the way down, you take profits, but I would definitely leave some of that position open to even come and claim these lows. And the 50% Fibonacci at $96,381. Can it go lower? Yes, but you are starting to hit support. And remember the lesson that I always teach. When you short resistance, you have to take aggressive profits when you hit major support like this. Okay, because it could do this and then continue to the upside. Right, I'm glad most of you got into the short position here to the downside, right? This structure could potentially start correcting itself. Another thing that I will look at is when I take a time fib from the low to the high of this structure. Oops, let me leave it there. Okay, so also, if this entire structure is now starting to correct itself, you want the low to be made after the 22nd of February, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Central European time, after the 0.382. So you can go and take the time fib from the low to the high. You double click here by the high. Okay, you want the low to be made after the 0.382 from a timing perspective. That's the minimum target. The preferred target is the 0.618 at 23 Feb, 9 o'clock in the morning, Central European time. Okay. So, legends, this correction, what I'm basically trying to highlight over here is this correction, if it is going to correct this entire structure, could still last a little while longer. Okay. And if the correction can consolidate and go sideways without claiming the low, and you start hitting these zones over here, that is a very bullish sign for continuation back to the upside. Right, cool, legends. Now I've given you the setup. I've given you a live trade here on the live stream. Okay. For those of you that didn't get in, please don't FOMO into the trade because there's another opportunity around the corner. So the other opportunity that I will be looking at, and this is potentially where I will now get back into the trade because I got stopped out, is, where's my pen? Right. Let's see where price slows down. But once price slows down, okay, and it comes back up, and there's more bearish CVD, you take a fib from the high to wherever the price is slowing down. 6187, exactly, you know, the formula that I applied over there when I explained it step by step, looking at the 0.88, looking at, you know, whatever the case might be. Okay, if there's bearish CVD building up, I will consider building a position over there with my stop above the high, but I will trade with way less capital. Or I will still trade with 1% of my capital, but I will lower my leverage so that I don't get liquidated when my stop loss hits. Okay. Hope that makes sense, legends. And right, so there is a chance to get back into this trade. But it's never easy, because what if this is forming an A, B, this B wave, okay? What if we're forming an A and a B, and then you do the C here to the downside? This B wave, hey, this is a naughty, it's a very naughty, nasty little B wave, because the B wave has so many targets. If price moves up here and there's no bearish CVD, okay, it could form a flat. That is the danger of a B wave. A corrective B wave can also take the high again and then reject back below the level. If I see this and you get acceptance back below that high, I'm going to short I'm going to be there shorting if I'm awake. Okay, if I'm awake, I'm going to be there shorting this little bad boy, right? Because that will be an ABC flat. It does happen. But I want to draw your guys' attention to another structure. If I go here onto the 4-hour time frame, and legends, I will go through all the comments in a moment, because yes, I did say that this live stream is about you, but I just want to finish up the technical analysis and then I will go and answer all of your questions. Okay, but I want to draw your guys' attention to this little structure. Where is it? This little bad boy over here. Also, an incredibly confusing structure. It looks very, very similar to the structure that we've just formed on the 15-minute time frame. Very confusing to count from a bull. You know, where's the first wave? Where's the third wave? It was just such a, I remember, even the experienced Elliott wave counters, they really struggled to count this move here to the upside. And it just reminds me of what's happening there on the 15-minute time frame. But eventually, when the structure stopped and it started correcting itself, can you see the correction? 1, 2, 3 wave corrective structure. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, A, B, C. This is where I plan to short in the current structure on the 15-minute time frame. There was bearish CVD building up against those two pivots. Also, when you take a Fibonacci, I'm not saying it's going to play out exactly the same. It's just so similar, the two structures. Look at where you got the rejection at the 0.618. So if I start spotting bearish CVD as price is crawling here to the upside, and it starts hitting and rejecting major FIB levels, I will potentially play SFPs from these FIB levels so that I don't have to have my stop loss so far away. Because another way that you could have gotten into this trade, this is why I like to go back to previous price action to see how can I trade the scenario better with better risk management. Okay, damn, oh damn, if I see this as price retraces back to the upside, I will short that bad boy like I've just explained the short that we just all took together, or that everyone else took together. I will put my stop loss above the high, and as price moves to the downside, I will protect my position. Because even if you go back up for a flat that claims the highs, at least, you know, I have way better risk management than trying to have a stop loss over here and then, you know, you enter, you add, you basically 50% you add, 618 you add, 786 you add, and then it taps the 0.88 and you're like, oh, you know, you're in deep already. So I would rather use swing failure patterns to get into the C wave. Right. Also, what we can learn from this structure is, okay, let's go back here. And remember to smash up the like, legends, for this education, right? You take a fib from the low to the high. Look at where it found support, at the 50% Fibonacci. And it claimed that pivot over there. SFP from this pivot. And the rest is history. What happened after that? It just skyrocketed here to the upside. Okay, even this structure, legends, like most of these structures here that we formed from a bullish continuation perspective, look at how confusing they looked. 1, 2, what was this? 3, 4, 5. Okay, this one looks a little bit better. A, B, C. Beautiful three-wave corrective structure, continuation to the upside. Okay. So now we go back into where we are right now. And right, let's go back onto the 15-minute time frame. Look at this structure. I mean, it's still dumping here to the downside. Can you guys see the similarity? An absolute mess to count here to the upside. I gave up trying to count it. Right, from an Elliott wave perspective, sometimes if a structure doesn't make sense to me, I just rely on levels. And I take SFP from good levels. The reason I entered that short, where I got stopped out now, okay, is for those, because I see there's a lot of people now joining the live stream. You might be asking, Dewald, why do you have that red line? And why did everyone catch the short when I opened up the live stream, when I spoke about that short? Is that I took a fib retracement. Right. I was speculating on an ABC here to the upside. So from the bottom to the top to the bottom. Okay, and you can see where I have the red line is the 1.236. I did not care what type of three-wave structure it is. All I knew that if this is a three-wave structure forming here to the upside, the 1.236 and the 1-to-1 extension, you can see how beautifully we found support on top of the 1-to-1 extension, is rejection zones. And then I put my red line in there and I entered that trade with good risk management. Okay, I protected, unfortunately, I protected my position too soon because I also saw the bullish signs, you know, multiple 1 hour and 15-minute candle closes below the trend. And I was like, okay, I'm going to protect my position as quickly as possible. And then, you know, I was in profits. Here was my trade. Do I still have it? Let's see if I still have it. Right, I actually had an amazing trade and I just got stopped out. Right, here's my trade where I got stopped out. I entered at $99,000, 187. Right over in the zone, right? That's where I entered. Right at the red, just below the red line. We got the initial dump to the downside. I saw the bullish signs. We got the dump. I saw the bullish signs and I was like, okay, let's protect position. We got back up. I got stopped out. I couldn't re-enter the trade because I closed the damn week's exchange, and I'm not going to do all the two-factor authentications and stuff just to lock back in. And then, right, we got the rejection now here to the downside. And this is where I spoke about the short. And I said, guys, if you want to short, you have to short now, right? Because this is where the price has to roll over. 1.236 extension. This is where the price has to reject. Otherwise, we're going higher. And we got the rejection. Beautiful rejection. Almost tapping the 0.88. Okay. Yes, these fib levels. I mean, I love technical analysis, right? Front run that level by $4, the 0.88. And it reminds me of this trade. I got into this trade, okay, into this short. I also had my fib here from the high to the low. Look at that, right? Exactly the same type of trade. I was watching that 0.88 and I was like, ooh, don't tap it. And then when we got the acceptance back below, this is where I entered. I think I had another level there as well. I entered with my stop above the high. We started falling down. I took profits over here, and I had a limit order at the 786 down here. I took TP1, TP2 out the trade. It just feels like deja vu. The same trade repeating itself over here. Okay. Cool, legends. That's enough of Bitcoin, right? Is that enough of Bitcoin currently getting the dump here to the downside? I do see there's a lot of people joining the live stream. We're getting the dump. People most probably wants to know, well, how far, how low can we go? I would say, you know, that support box that I have here to the downside, this little support box is where I would like the structure to find support. So however it gets there is that I would like this box to hold for support. We need to do an RS flip. It is perfectly fine for a week to the downside, but you want to see a buying pressure kicking in there. It needs to leave wicks behind over here. Okay, perfectly fine to go and do a liquidity grab to the downside, but you want this support to hold for continuation to the upside. Right, if you're going to lose the support and you're going to start closing high time frame candles below the support, it's not going to look good for the bulls. It's just, you know, it is what it is. Not going to look good. Right, also from a trend line perspective, I mean, look at the fake out. So what I like about the support box is that it also has alignment with this trend. Okay, can you guys see where I've got that trend? Connecting the high over there, the high over there. We broke out and we have not come back for a retest just as yet. And it has alignment with support over here. So it would be perfectly fine for price to come back, find support, retest the trend, and find continuation and then break out. Okay. It's not often that I see a breakout after the third attempt. 1, 2, 3. That's where we got the breakout. It is more common to see the breakout after the fourth attempt. So on the bigger trend line, let me do this. Let me go onto the 1 hour. Okay, so here you can see we have 1, 2, 3 fake out. So what if on the fourth attempt, that is where you want to see the true breakout. Usually when I backtested the D-line strategy, the trends, okay, most of the time, the third breakout is a fake out and the fourth breakout is the true breakout most of the times. So, you know, we got the fake out here on the third attempt. Not always, but most of the times. Right. Cool, legends. Now, right, that's basically what I see here on the price of Bitcoin. If the bulls have any chance of higher momentum, looking at the structure from a larger time frame perspective, if you take a fib from the low to the high, we bounced here at the 786. It is a bullish bounce, but now the bulls need to defend support. They need to hold support. So you have now made a higher high. Okay, so you're starting to change local market structure. The only thing the bulls have going for them at the moment is that this structure here to the upside does look impulsive. You can count multiple 5 waves, however you want to count it inside of there. But you have now formed a higher high. So it is very important for the bulls to stay in control, to form a higher low. Once the higher low is in and you start moving to the upside, that is going to give a lot of steam to the bulls, because now you have a higher high, you have a higher low, you have a higher high, and the momentum continues to the upside. Higher highs, higher lows. Okay, that is why it's important for the bulls to defend the support area over here. Right, I think people got too bullish too quickly. Okay, even when I was watching Andy's live stream, the little bit of time I spent there in Andy's live stream, I think he ran a poll and he asked people, are you bullish or are you bearish? Most of the people said that they are bullish. And usually when I see that type of sentiment, I'm like, I don't like it, because when too many people are feeling bullish and they are FOMOing into trades, Okay, that's usually where you get a little bit of a, let's just humble everyone and then we continue to the upside. Everyone that played this breakout with high leverage, let's go and stop them out. Okay, and then we continue to the upside, right? There's the bullishness just kicked in way too quickly, right? And at the moment there is some nice selling pressure kicking in here, but I mean, it's not over yet, legends. You know, don't be that person that's now calling for $88,000. Please don't be that person. It's not over yet. This structure still has a lot of support to the downside. It has the 382, it has the 50% Fibonacci, it has the 618, and then again, a little bit lower down, it has the 786. Let's do that properly because, right, there is still a lot of water that needs to flow under the bridge before we can start calling for $88,000 or $85,000. This structure still has a chance until otherwise proven. You still have the 0.382 that has not been tapped, ever so slightly front run. You still have the 50%. You still have the trend to do a retest, okay, for continuation to the upside. We still have the 0.618. We still have the 786, and this is the maximum bouncing zone for the bulls. If the bulls lose the 0.786, $94,000, 635, okay, then I'm going to say, shit. Okay, if you start tapping $94,000, you increase the probabilities of claiming the low, and then we can talk about $88,000. But until then, please don't be that person that's calling for a bear market because of this little drop here to the downside. Okay, right. I want to see what CVD is doing. Let's just clean this up. And then I'm going to start going through some comments. Okay, we're still forming bearish CVD. I just want to see something over here against these pivots. Okay. Yeah, I don't like, legends, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't like the bullish CVD from this pivot because we already had bullish CVD. As price was moving up here, okay, as price was moving up, we created bullish CVD against these two pivots. The target was the high, we claimed it. As price was grinding, we had more bullish CVD, the target was the high, we claimed it. So I'm not interested in this pivot actually anymore. Not interested because we already had bullish CVD playing out against that pivot. And right, I can see bullish CVD forming at the moment. I am spotting the bullish CVD, but I'm not convinced. I'm really not convinced about the bullish CVD. Right, more locally, that is where I pay more attention. If I zoom into this structure over here, we are starting to form bearish CVD. Look at blue. Okay. Against this pivot over here, right? Bearish CVD. There's bearish CVD. Ever so slightly. So I think it's just going to build up as price moves here to the upside. Right. So just quickly wanted to have a look at that. And now, legends, I mean, let's see how this plays out, right? That's basically what I see here on the price of Bitcoin. I've gone through the scenarios. I hope you guys have taken profits, okay, from your short. I will definitely leave some of that position open, okay, because there's a high chance that you can come and hit the support area, retest the trend before we get continuation back to the upside. High chance. Okay, right, now, legends, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this live stream. Okay, this is where I left off the last time. I did say, legends, this is going to be a little bit of a different live stream. So you can ask me any question that you would like me to answer from a technical perspective, a trading perspective, settings. If you do have an altcoin request, I will just flag the comment and I'll put it in my folder for later. And during the last part of the live stream, I will try and look at some altcoins, but altcoin requests takes too long. You know, I'm preferring a couple of questions that I can educate and that everyone can benefit from. What I have noticed is someone, for example, asks for an altcoin that no one else is interested in. Okay, and then people drop off the live stream. I want people to be engaged and I want everyone to be like, wow, that's an interesting question. I can also learn from that. Okay, it could be a personal question to myself. It could be psychology. It could be trading related. But if you do have an altcoin request, I'm just going to flag it, and during the last part of the live stream, I will see if I can go through those altcoins. Okay, so let's go, legends. Woo, 100K today? Well, not yet. I don't think we're going to get 100K today, unless a miracle happens over here and we get acceptance back above the trend. I don't see that at the moment, right? Let's go. Hi, Dewald. I already like the smash. Nice. Kevin Rogers, welcome. 100K, guys. No, not today, right? My question is up or down, right? I think I've answered your question, okay? I hope you guys took that short. What's the most useless thing you know how to do? Jessie, that is an interesting question. What is the most useless thing you know how to do? I don't know. I need to give that a think. The most useless thing I know to do? That is that's a very interesting question. From the top of my head, the most useless thing I know to do? That is a good question. I don't know. I honestly don't know, because I think everything I do, I add value. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. The most useless thing I think I know how to do is washing dishes, laundry, clean my house, clean my garden, and I do it because I enjoy it. I do not have someone clean my house. I do not have someone to clean my garden. I do it myself. So it's a useless skill to have, in my opinion, because I think most people know how to do it. Some people just don't have the time, or they're too lazy to do it, so they pay someone else to do it. But I find joy in doing it. I find it meditative. I find it that it helps me to switch off my brain and forget about the charts. So I do my own dishes, I cook my own food, I clean my own garden, I clean my own pool. So maybe that's the most useless thing that I know how to do. Right, share you knowledge if you want, and we will do analysis on altcoins on ourselves. Pleasure to watch you. Thank you so much. Great vibe, Dewald. Time to look at ETH/BTC outperformance. Right, we can go and have a look at that. Actually curious, just want to quickly have a squiz over there. I am very interested in the ETH/BTC chart on Sunday, because I want to see a weekly candle close inside of that range that I've been highlighting. So let's go here to my BTC pairs. ETH/BTC, let's see. Oh, it's still inside the trend. Let's go here onto the daily time frame. Okay, let's zoom out. Okay, what I would like to see on Sunday, and this will be a bullish sign for ETH. If a weekly candle can close back inside the channel on Sunday night, if we can have a weekly close inside, I'm going to say ETH, okay? Well, you know, hold on to my beer. I'm going to show you a trick. I think ETH could find a little bit of, or a lot of strength over Bitcoin. But I mean, it's not looking good at the moment, right? It's not looking good. So I'm more interested on Sunday to see what's going to happen over here. Right. Dewald, you got it right. Hannes, yes. Boot from Planet Earth. Yes, my brother responsible for the amazing intro song that I like to play here on the live stream. And he's apparently busy with another surprise for me as well. So I'm not even allowed to hear or to see what he's up to next. What do you like on your pizza? I like as much meat as possible, and it has to be spicy as hell. It has to have chilies, jalapenos, hot sauce, and bacon, and all the meat you can think about. That is my favorite pizza. I'm a meat lover. I'm a carnivore. I think in my previous life, I think I was a lion, right? I just love to eat meat. And right. Need a new margin when I increase my leverage during trade. When I should do it? In AR, I'm 45% up with a 2x. Should I change it to 4x or higher? Right, I'm not sure in which exchange you are which exchange you're trading at, but if I look at AR over here, okay, I mean, this is the trade that I'm currently in. And AR, it looks like, it's broken out of resistance over here. So just quick analysis, it's broken out. If it can hold, it has a chance, but it could also come back for a retest and then continue to the upside, but you're still forming a higher low. So depending on where your entry is, leverage during the trade, okay? So I'm not sure where your entry is, but I can explain for you what I would do is that if I have an entry over here, so it does not matter how much leverage I apply to my position is protected. So even if I apply 100x or 50x or 20x to the position, it does not matter because my position is protected. Okay, which means I will not get liquidated. Even if I increase the leverage now, I won't get liquidated. Right, so it just depends on how you entered the trade. If you entered over here and you are now underwater, or you entered over here, I would wait a little bit for more upwards momentum. I would want the support area to hold, but it doesn't really matter. If you have a protected position, you can increase leverage regardless because your position is still protected. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Right. Yo, Market M, welcome to the live stream. Phil, hello, welcome. Christoffel, Dewald, how do we differentiate between double or triple 1, 2 waves with a continuous wave 3, 4, 5? Any FIB confluence to consider or something? Okay, I mean, legends, the most common structure from a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 perspective is a double 1, 2. It's the most common one that you get. Okay, and usually what you want to see is a 1, 2, and then a smaller 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you get a 3, and you get a 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay, the easiest way to explain it is when you see this at the bottom and you see a leg up, you can expect this at the top. You get that channel, and you get the channel. Okay, and then at some point, this bad boy is going to come down, right? Because it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 4, 4, 5, and then it goes back for an ABC and it corrects the structure. It can create a higher low and then continue momentum back to the upside. The most common structure from a multiple 1, 2 is a double 1, 2. Okay, and then you get 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. When a structure starts building up 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, then you know, for me, it decreases the probabilities of being multiple 1, 2s, especially when you get so many that doesn't make sense. Then I start looking at 3-wave structures. I start looking at WXYZ structures, triple zigzags. The second most common is a triple 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and it rock and rolls to the upside. Okay. I don't want to say it's rare to see more than 3 1, 2s, but I don't see it often. So when I looked at this structure here to the upside, it's so confusing because what you want to see, okay, is when you have a 1, 2, and you form another 1, 2, and you form another 1, 2, you want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. Each wave has to have clear 5 waves inside of it, and these 5 waves also needs to respect the rules of Elliott wave theory. And then when I looked at this structure, I was like, it doesn't make sense. It's so confusing, okay? These two 1, 2s sort of made sense. This made sense. 1, 2, 1, 2. But then when it did this over here, okay, I was like, okay, no, this, because what you wanted to see over here is 1, 2, 1, 2. I could count 5 waves there, 5 waves there, 3 wave corrective structures, 3 wave corrective structures. I wanted to see the pop, and I didn't get the pop. And then we got this, very choppy, overlappy to the upside, which for me decreased the probabilities of multiple 1, 2s. It's a very confusing structure to count over here. So the easiest ones, and I think there was a double 1, 2 here somewhere. I just need to remember where it was. It was way back. It was way back. There was a clear double 1, 2 structure somewhere. Let's go here onto the 4-hour time frame. Okay, let me show you a perfect example. Look at this one. I mean, this was the sexy one. I traded the crap out of this one. This is what you want to see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Look at the structure. look at the structure, and then you break down. Okay, obviously, you know, what you want to see is form a higher low, but I mean, it was still an impulse of, this was actually a C wave, and a C wave is allowed to be a 5-wave structure or multiple 1-2s. This is your most common double 1-2s that you see, and I see them play out often on Bitcoin, even on the 1-minute time frame. Okay, you see them often. This one was also a little bit easier. 1, 2. No, this was just a single 1-2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, A, B, C. There was 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then it grinded 4, 5, 4, 5. If you zoom into the smaller time frames, and then we also got a corrective structure. But okay, I hope I've answered your question. Right, otherwise I'm going to spend too much time on this question and not get through everything. Right, Christoffel, I hope I've helped. Yeah, we got consumer sentiment data came in lower than expected. So, okay, so that was good news. PMI, right? Yes, PMI, Dewald, definitely. Not CPI, it was PMI, I agree. Your opinion on funded trading accounts? Funded trading accounts? Funded trading accounts, prop firms, yes. I mean, I would recommend that you first go and take $10 or $5 of your own money and practice trading properly. But it is a good way to practice as well, because for a couple of dollars, for $100, I can't remember how much it costs these days, but for $100, you could get a $10,000 account. And for $1,000, you could get a $200,000 account. The problem is you need to go through a test. Okay, you have to prove that you can trade before it activates the account, and you could end up losing a lot of cash during that trial phase. So I would recommend that if you do not know how to trade successfully just as yet, just trade with $5 or $10 until you can perfect your strategy. And then if you want to join a prop firm for a funded account, by all means, knock your socks off. I prefer to trade with my own cash. Right, Rudy, welcome to the live stream. Hello, you charters. Have an awesome Friday entering the week. Joy, thank you so much. Wholesale bullish. Okay, I've seen that. Hi, Dewald. Thanks for your analysis. How many? Oh, legends. There is so many comments. There is still so many comments. Okay, I'm going to try and run through this as quickly as possible. We just thank. Okay, stopped out. 7H. Okay, you guys got into the trade. Let me see. Does every CVD blue, yellow, white means? Okay, so from a CVD perspective, okay, white line basically is Bybit. I need to move this up so you can see. Let me do this. Okay, wait, I need to do this. I need to switch myself off over here. So the blue line is Bybit. The yellow line, USDT. The yellow line is Bybit, USD. And then the white line is all other exchanges combined. Okay. Cool, let me switch myself back on. There we go. Right, and where were we? Office at 100Ks, let him cook, deal. 102,000 next. I don't think so. We got the rejection below the trend. That is a bearish sign. I don't think we're going to get 102 today. Serious question now. Why should I join your Discord? Finch, why should you join the Discord? Well, if you want education, further trading setups, if you want to be surrounded with like-minded people, if you want summarized research that's jam-packed and gets dropped 3 times a day, if you want a degen report that gets dropped every evening, if you want direct access to myself and Andy, the coaches that teach and provide trading setups and scenarios that they are looking at, we have a coach that focuses on altcoins. We have another coach, 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽, that's just been nailing all the trades from a Bitcoin perspective. Then you should join our Legends Discord community. And if you don't want that, then don't join, right? So it is a way for you to fast track your learning journey from a trading perspective. Can you do analysis about Myro? Right, that's an altcoin request. 1% is great RM for anyone. Yes, I agree. Can you do analysis, Amara? Okay, I've seen that. Yes, you say use 1%. Do you mean that's how much you put into the trade of your money, or that's how much you lose if your SL hits? What I recommend, okay, if you go to my channel, my YouTube channel, right? Open it up. Let me just zoom out and go to tutorials. Tutorials over here. I have, just want to see if it's there. Where is it? I have a video. Can you, it's behind my face. Let me do this again. Need to hide myself. There we go. Behind my face is a video that says risk management. Can you see it? Risk management. You see it? Go watch it. Right? There I explain everything. That question that you've just asked, I explain everything over here. And if you want more additional alpha, how to make 10x returns, how to trade the fear and greed index, how to do daily, weekly, monthly levels, how to trade on Bluffin, how to trade on weeks. I've got so many tutorials, how I use the moon phases to DCA into Bitcoin every month. Right, there is, just copy me, everything you need to know before you start trading. I've got a lot of tutorials that you guys can go through here, and you will often find that in most of the questions that you guys are asking, I've covered in those videos already. Okay, so let me switch myself back. Right, so guys, remember to smash up that like button. Where can we like to be? Right, can you do analysis? Okay, I've gone through that. I'm in with you on the short. Beautiful. Could you look at virtual? That is an altcoin request. Can you do analysis? Right. Matisa. Right. Just calm down, brother. Calm down. Right. You don't have to ask the same question a million times. I have said during the beginning of the live stream, I'm going to go through every single comment. Okay, so you don't have to ask the same thing multiple times. I'm getting there, right? But the comments just keeps on streaming in. Where do you set your TPs? Do you aim for a certain percentage of level? No, when I play a swing failure pattern, like what we've entered over here. Okay, I told everyone when we entered over here that you have to put your stop loss above the high. I told everyone during the beginning of the live stream, guys, if you want to short, this is where you short right now. And I put my stop loss above the high. As soon as price moves in my favor, I will then put my stop loss above that high. And if it moves a little bit more down, then I protect my position. So I defend my cash. Okay. And because I defend my cash so well, I actually got stopped out of the trade because I entered not here. I entered way earlier already. I did not enter here. I entered here when we got this drop. And then I protected my position and I got stopped out over here because I'm so damn defensive. I'm very defensive, okay, with my trades. For me, it's way more important to get stopped out of multiple trades with no loss than get stopped out maybe less with losses. I don't want to give the market my money. It's my money. The market's not taking my money. I've lost a lot of money when I learned trading. I've liquidated many accounts. They ain't taking my money, even if I get stopped out at break even. Stuff you, you're not taking my money. Right, Harris. Hi, bro. I'm here for the first time. Your channel. Welcome, man. Welcome. I hope you're learning something over here. Hey, Harris, welcome. What about equilibrium? Equilibrium is that must be the equilibrium. I don't look at equilibriums. I've never used it. I've never looked at it, but it's something maybe that I will have a look at. Right. I don't even use a daily open, daily closes, weekly open. There is an indicator. I know SGS, he might be here in the live stream. He has an indicator that shows you daily open levels, daily levels, weekly open. I guess I've never had to use it because my trading strategy that I'm currently following is keeping me profitable. So, and I'm that type of person that if I have mastered a trading strategy that's keeping me profitable at the moment, why add anything else? Because anything else that you add to a successful trading strategy could potentially turn that strategy in a losing strategy. So I'm very careful what I add to my trading strategy. My trading strategy only consists of one indicator. That's it. I only use CVD. That's the only indicator that I use. That's it. Nothing else. I don't use RSIs. I don't use MACDs. I don't use moving averages. Nothing. Okay. What do you feel difficult learning Elliott waves? The corrective structures are the most difficult to learn in Elliott wave theory. The WXYs, they are extremely complex. I mean, look at, if I go here onto the 1 hour time frame, okay, you can ask any Elliott wave counter, and they refer to themselves as Elliotticians. Okay, go and try and count this structure. And there are many ways in which you can count the structure, but it looks awfully, now that the structure has finished forming over here, this looks like an A, B, and now it's starting to form a C wave here to the upside. That's the best way that I can count the structure. But go and try and count this structure, WXY, it could be multiple WXYs, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is an A, B, C here to the upside. This is where I got the rejection, by the way. If this is an A, B, C, okay. Corrective structures are incredibly difficult to learn in Elliott wave theory. The easiest thing to learn in Elliott wave theory is impulsive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. And it's quite funny because when people learn this in Elliott wave theory, they think they know Elliott wave theory. Okay, this is where the education comes in, because you could have an A, B, C, or you could have a WXY, which then has ABC, ABC, ABC. The Y wave can also end in a triangle. Okay, the Y wave can create a flat. The B wave can also claim the high, so corrective structures are very complex in Elliott wave theory. And I'm still learning corrective structures. I have gotten much better at it, but sometimes, like this structure, got the better of me. I have to admit, this structure got the better of me. And there's a saying in Elliott wave theory, because you will all learn from it, okay? If you can clearly count one of the three, if you can count a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you should be looking for longs with this retracement. If you can count a clear impulse to the upside, you want to look for a long over there. It's an easy structure to count, and if you can count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically 1, 3, 5. If you can count a 5-wave impulse to the upside, that's where you get into a long. Okay, also to the downside, the next structure is a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. They are very easy to count. The next structure is a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where the waves are allowed to overlap each other. Okay, it's also seen as a bearish pennant to the upside, and what happens is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a contracting diagonal usually gets an ABC to the downside, and then it continues to the upside. If you can count any of those three structures, you look for longs like a mad person. Okay, if you have a structure where you cannot clearly count impulses to the upside, okay, like inside of this structure, inside of this structure, okay, it's all good. If it looks confusing and you cannot clearly count impulses, it's most likely a corrective structure. Okay, right. Let's go. Where do you re-enter? I miss. I did cover that. Crash course Elliott waves. Right, I think, yeah, it's going to take way too much time to do a crash course on Elliott wave theory, but as I'm answering the questions, I am giving you a little bit of a crash course here on Elliott wave theory. Okay, I think one of the simplest things I can explain to everyone is when I look at this structure. Okay, let's go here onto the 15-minute time frame. This is an impulsive wave. Okay, it's the easiest structure to learn in Elliott wave theory. This little bad boy that happened over here. Okay, you have a 1, it's actually a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you can clearly count the impulses. There's rules. The rule states that the third wave or the retracement is not allowed to go into your first wave. Okay, also when you take a fib, your fourth wave is not allowed to retrace deeper than the 50% Fibonacci, right? Didn't even hit the 50% over there. And yeah, that's basically the rules. For the fourth wave is not allowed to go into the territory of your first wave, and then you get your final fifth wave here to the upside and you start correcting back to the downside. So this is an easy structure. When you see a nice little easy structure, also most of your volume should be in your third wave. Most of the volume is usually in your third wave. When you make another high to the upside with lower volume, that is usually your fifth wave to the upside. Okay, from number 2 to number 3, the retracement should not go deeper than the 50% Fibonacci, and then from 1 to 2, okay, you should not go deeper than the 786. So this was quite a bullish structure here to the upside. This could be one A, B, C, and then to the upside, or this could be 1, 2. Anyways, actually looks like a little bit like a double 1, 2 here as well. But I mean, I can clearly see the impulses. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Definitely, okay, there you got your double 1, 2 combo over here as well. However you want to count it, the end result is exactly the same. It's an impulses, whether you count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and whether you count this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, the end result is the same. I'm not going to argue with someone that counts it differently, okay, because the end result is exactly the same. Okay, Fibonacci levels will balance, right? You have the most amount of volume in your third wave. So there's a little bit of a crash course on Elliott wave theory. Beautiful short call. Thank you so much. I hope you guys got into the short and you took some profits here to the downside. I do think that it can still continue. I am leaning in the camp that this corrective structure can still continue. Okay, unless this B wave here to the upside is going to create a flat. And this is why it's important, legends, because you have to remember, okay, when you have an impulse to the upside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you correct in an A wave, the B wave can claim the high again. This is why when I short the top of a range, this is why I pay myself, because I don't know where the B wave's going to go. Okay, because it could stop you out and leave you with no profits. But the B wave could also make a lower high and then continue. Okay, and then you get lucky because now you benefited from the A, the B, and the C to the downside, right? But this B wave is a nasty little fucker. Like seriously, sorry for my swearing, but it's a nasty wave. A lot of people, when you identify a B wave, they just stay out of the market because they like B waves are too difficult. They have too many targets. Okay. I love to trade a B flat. That is my favorite wave to trade, is a B flat, because once I've counted an impulse to the upside and this corrective structure takes the high, I know that I can short that high like a bad boy when it comes back down. Okay, because now you're getting into the C wave, and the C wave is the most aggressive to the downside. They drop fast to the downside. It's a beautiful wave to get into. B wave sucks. C wave, nice wave. Okay, but if you can get a flat, I love to trade flats. I see them all the time. Even in this structure that we formed here on the 15-minute time frame, there was a lot of flats in here. Okay, there was a flat. There was a flat. And, you know, could this form a flat? Definitely has a possibility to form a flat. Okay, but I mean, it is weak. We did enter with good risk management. And do not, legends, do not let the price action play with your emotions. Okay? If you've entered the short that I spoke about during the beginning of the stream, if you entered over here and your position is protected, okay, and you took profits where I told you to take profits, okay, even you came to claim this low as well, you should not stress. If you took 50%, 40%, however much profits you took, your position is protected. Let the trade play out. If your final TP area is here inside of the support box at the 50% Fibonacci, let the trade play out. Because sometimes, often what happens is price now goes against you and you're like, oh crap, should I just leave cash out the position? And often what happens is you get out, you close your position, and then it falls back down. And you're like, crap, I should have let the trade play out. Okay, right. Cool. Let's carry on over here. When is giveaway? Yes, I need to do a giveaway. I need to do a giveaway. Right. I did 3. That's beautiful. If you did a 3 risk to reward, I mean, if you risked $100, you made $300. I mean, call it a day. That's beautiful. Right. I shorted. Took the short. Beautiful, Rudy. Get the likes up. Yes, got in without hesitation. My spot portfolio is taking a hit. Yes, especially on the altcoins. Well, I'm not complaining about AR here at the moment, right? I am up still over 80%, 90% on my AR trade over here. Spot bag is not looking too bad, or too good. Sorry, my spot bag is not looking too good, but I'm still in profits because I bought AR during the bear market at very good prices. Okay, but yeah, from a day trading perspective, I mean, here's my entry on AR. So I'm still smiling here to the upside. Right, so let's carry on. Can you do an I have entered. Yes. No finance. Yes, I will take a look at Myro if I have time. Once I have time. I did say I'm going to go through all the comments, and altcoin requests do take some time to go through, so I will leave that for last if I do have time to go through altcoin requests. We are already an hour and a half into the live stream. So how does reverse work? Stress? I'm not sure I understand your question. How does reverse work? Because my mind went to a different place over here. Do you lose more money using it? Reverse? I'm not sure. Stress, you're going to have to re-ask me that question. Okay. Reverse has higher fees and you get a crappy entry because it's a market order. Reverse? Oh, the reverse function on the exchange. Yes, that is... So basically, the reverse function on the exchange is that if you've entered a short over here, right, and you now hitting support and you want to play the market to the upside, it will take you out of this position, re-enter you over here with the exact same position size, exact same leverage, and now you're playing the market back to the upside. So instead of closing a position and opening up a fresh position, you can just click reverse the whole time, and then you short your long, you short your long, you short your long, right? That's basically how it works. Right. Could this be the end of the cycle where we see the Bitcoin go to 90K? Not yet. Like I said, there's still a lot of water that needs to flow under this bridge before we can call for 90K. The only time... Let me analyze this a little bit. Yeah, let me just mark this comment over here so I know where I am. I want to go here onto the 1 hour time frame. So, legends, this is either... Okay, this is the one scenario that I'm looking at. Okay, this could be a... I can't remember how I counted this. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is an A, B flat, and now a C wave here to the upside. So there is a chance, okay, that this could be the rejection where you're going to go down to lower levels and even claim $88,000. It has a chance because this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, C in a contracting move, okay. And you have now formed 5 impulsive waves to the downside. This is now your C wave here to the upside. And when you take a fib from the high to the low, we have now rejected by the 0.618. So it has a chance to go down from a larger time frame perspective. But I did say on the 15-minute time frame, when we look at this structure, we have to give the bulls the benefit of the doubt because there's still a lot that needs to happen over here before we can say we're going down. Okay, because from a day trading perspective, I actually don't care. I don't care if we're going to go to $90,000. I really don't. Okay, because I can short, I can long. Price comes back down, I can long again, I can take profits even if it forms a higher low, a lower high. So there's so many trading opportunities inside of this structure still. All I need as a day trader is volatility. That's all I need. I just need the price to go up and down so that I can take a short and a long. I'm not a bull, I'm not a bear, I'm a bull bear from a day trading perspective. I have levels, I have support, I long support, I short resistance. I make profits, I get in, I get out. You have to, okay? One of the most important things, if not the most important thing that you have to learn, if you want to be a successful day trader and you want to make trading your career and you want to leave your 9 to 5, you should forget about worrying about where Bitcoin is going from a price perspective. You should even delete the price on the side. You should delete it. You shouldn't even look at price. You should only look at your structure and where you can take trading opportunities within each structure. Okay, so there's still a lot that can happen over here. We could still make a bullish bounce and continue to the upside. Right? Until we tap the 0.88, the bulls still have a chance. Okay, I will only start calling for $88,000, $85,000 once we tap $94,000. But until then, I am still looking for upside. I hope I've answered your question. Right, cool. From a spot bag perspective, obviously you want price to go higher, right? You don't want to see 90K, whatever the case might be. Okay, let's go. I shorted 𝗖𝗿𝗆𝗽𝗁, right? Cool. Hope you made some nice profits. This candle is 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗍 wallet maintenance fund. It will be bleeded day, low volume Friday. FUD is max mix. Okay, goes. Congrats. Thank you. Can I long right now? I'm not sure where price was when you asked that question. What's going on with this market? This is a nightmare. Crypto fought. Yes, I mean, we got into the short. It does look weak. I'll be honest. There's more selling pressure than buying pressure kicking in at the moment. It looks weak. Whoever is in that short that we highlighted, right, definitely leave some of that position open. And I mean, if you want to be brave and just leave some of this position open to come and claim these lows, be my guest, okay? But I'm a day trader, and when I hit obvious support, when price hits obvious support, you know, that's where I take majority of the profits, because then I look for a next trading scenario and a next trading scenario. I don't like to leave positions open for weeks. It's not my style. Okay, B-Wave, be careful. Yes, like I've said, B-Wave, I love you so much. I took the trade at the time you say go, haha, and I took your advice and to take profits at 98. Now I still have another 50% eating for that. Yes, I mean, that's beautiful. This is what I love to read. Love it, love it, love it. Bro, why are you being short? Because I traded the technical analysis. That's why I'm shorting. Right? Like your video, guys. Jack Plays, thank you so much. My opinion is that we got a lot of day trading and people are confusing that long term, because long term is supposed to go down until June since Japan. Okay, right. And that's why I said I don't care where price is going to go. All I need is volatility. Right, very high crypto. Okay, Dewald, how do you check your CVD? Is it paid or free? No, it's free. The CVD is absolutely free. Okay, I do have a link down in the description of my video. And right, legends, my dog is licking my toes. Okay, he wants to go out to take a wee outside, and if I don't take him out, he's gonna pee on my feet. So please just give me a moment. I will be back in less than 2 minutes, but I will leave you with an introduction song to keep you entertained.
Big move in Bitcoin then, in contrast to all the notes I wrote pre-show, which were telling me that this was going to put Bitcoin under pressure.
The narrative that perhaps this launch of these political meme coins will sap flows from Bitcoin is showing us that it's really not the case this morning. If anything, it's just accelerated the momentum and the excitement around cryptocurrency under another Trump administration.
Hi, 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗍. What is all this FOMO about? Should I buy Bitcoin now?
Are you smoking your socks? You should rather watch my You should rather watch my show.
All right, legends, we are back. Sorry about that. I needed to take my dog out. Are you smoking your socks, lol? Yes, are you smoking your socks? Now I forgot what I wanted to say over here. And okay, let's go to the lives. Let's open up this live stream. And then down in the description, you will see that I have the CVD site. It is a free website. And if you want the template or the script to upload to get these lines, the way that I have the lines, you need to join our Legends Pro or our Legends community. You can join the free community and then the mods will sort you out. Yeah, right over there. You can join our community, select the link, sign up, and then one of the mods will sort you out. You can just ask for the script and they will show you how to upload it as well, or give you the instructions. So it's absolutely free. Right. Let's get back into the comments. Lots of comments today. Okay, I feel like I'm not getting... I said I'm going to go through every single comment today, but legends, yeah, the comments are coming in faster than I can answer them. So maybe I'm going to skip a few, go through some, skip a few, go... Right. Dewald, how do you check CVD? Yeah, I've gone through that. Right, let's go a little bit down. I see people are just talking to each other over here. 0.88 gang. Yes, yes, yes. By thanks for the education here at the 0.382 is the naked point of control VWAP. I haven't actually looked at the levels. Let me switch on my... Is everything good over here? Yes, everything's still good. Is another short. Right, let me switch on my point of controls. Oh, look at that. No, did we tap it? No, we front run it. Unless I don't have that level at the right place. Let's switch on the session volume profile. Just want to see. I mean, you could say we tapped it depending on where you put it, right? It's ease where it's supposed to, but I mean, for me, it looks like it front run that area. Maybe on Bybit and some of the other exchanges, but it looks like you got the tap here at the naked point of control. Right, I also want to see from a Fibonacci perspective. Let's put in the fib. Take the scribble here out the way. Let's put in the fib over here from the low to the high. No, we did not tap the 0.382. Did not tap it. Okay, and I've got it here perfectly. Did not tap it just as yet. So I think there's still a chance for price to come down lower. Right, cool. Let's go, let's go. I know news can move the market, but it was on the charts. Yes, 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 yes. Right, that almost touch was annoying. It was, Shula. It definitely was. Naked point of control. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, I'm lagging in the comments. Okay, so I'm reading stuff that you guys already went through over here. Don't forget the like video, Master Dewald. Appreciate the support. Absolutely, Ghost Levi. Appreciate it. It would be nice if I can get a little bit more bullish action here on the like button. Here it comes. Hey, Dewald, would you consider an SFP at the $96,700 lows? 96,700 lows. This little zone over here? Yes, I would, but I would like the 50% Fibonacci to be tapped. So those lows, I would like the 50% to be tapped to consider an SFP from this lows. I would like my level. I have a naked point of control. I have the 50% Fibonacci. You know, I'm just one of those traders. I just really like my levels to get hit. And because it's happened to me so often, and this is why I'm so pedantic about it, okay? It's happened to me so often where I'm looking for a swing failure pattern from the lows, okay? Price comes back down and I get the SFP. And I'm like, yes, I nailed it. I have my stop loss below the low. I protect my position. And then before it can even hit resistance to the upside, it turns around and then it goes to my level and it does it. And I'm like, man, I should have just waited for my level, right? But then, sometimes the front running happens as well. But I want my level to get hit over there, right? So yes, in short, I will consider an SFP from those lows. If it's a fake out, then is it possible to sweep the lows before the real breakout? Yes, and the lows that I would like to sweep is at least the 50% Fibonacci. So I would like all of these lows to be swept at least if this is a fake out and this entire structure is now starting to correct itself. Remember, if this entire structure is now starting to correct itself, okay, it can still take a while before we hit these levels. Remember what I showed during the beginning of the stream. Take your time fib from the low, you click. You take it to the high, you click twice. Okay, you want, if the structure is starting to correct itself, you want the low to be made after the 0.382. If momentum continues here to the upside, it means the structure is not finished. It's not correcting itself yet. This little correction is only correcting this impulse. And then it continues to the upside. Okay, this impulse had a correction. This impulse had a correction. Now this impulse, okay, now this is now where I say the probabilities are higher to start correcting the entire structure, has taken the lows. This impulse had a correction. This impulse had a correction. So each impulse has its own little mini correction on the way up. But at some point, this impulse needs to start correcting itself. And this could be the moment because we claimed the lows and we are now making lower lows. And if we're going to make a lower high, you're changing market structure back to the downside. So if the structure is correcting itself, I'm looking at least 22nd. When is that? That's tomorrow. 22nd of Feb, late afternoon. Okay, that's the minimum target. Ideally, the corrective structure will finish inside of this zone between Sunday and Monday. Sunday and Monday, if this structure is starting to correct itself, this is where you ideally want the low to be in. And then we can start looking for longs back to the upside. Right, cool. Let's go through some more comments. Black Swan, Dewald, Bybit performs unauthorized transfers from ETH Gold wallet to... Okay, that's some news coming out there. FTX 2 is here. Right. Bybit lost 1 billion. Wow, is there some FUD with Bybit? Unauthorized transfer from ETH Cold wallet due to masked UI spoofing attack assures. Okay, is that the reason for the dump? And obviously, the technical analysis always screams the price action before the news actually comes out. Bybit lost 1 billion. That is crazy. Where'd you get Bybit hack news? Was it some hack on X? Right. Okay, you guys just talking to each other over here. Dewald ETH analysis, please. Okay, that's an altcoin request. Bybit hack. Okay, you guys are just talking about the hack. I'm just going to scroll through the hacking comments over here. This is most probably why we got the dip. There has to be bearish news in order for price to reverse. There has to be bullish news in order for price to go up. And technicals usually tells me when the bearish and the bullishness is going to start kicking in, and then the news follows afterwards. This is why I love technical analysis, because technical analysis tells you what's going to happen before the news comes out. Yes, I did see that, Alex, to perfection, definitely. I am not trading the weekend getting wrecked. I am going to put my feet in the grass and sand. Yes, Peter, I always say, take a break on a weekend. Reset your brain. Look at the charts from a fresh perspective on a Monday, okay? Maybe you can start preparing on Sunday evening. Look at the charts, see how the weekly candle closes, whatever the case might be. But I really, really like to stay away from the charts, especially on Saturdays. You will rarely find me doing a live stream or be inside of our Legends Pro community on a Saturday because price is incredibly boring. You just stare at the candle going 0.5% up, 0.5% down, it's incredibly boring. Saturdays is like, watching grass grow, and that's much more fun. Hi, Dewald, looked at the chat to see this yet? Has Dewald looked at the chat to see this yet? Yes, I have just seen it. Okay, so that's obviously the reason for the fall down here, which could send Bitcoin a little bit further down. And I mean, Bybit is quite a big exchange and trusted by millions of people. So not good news at all. Need a new margin increase my leverage. Okay, I've gone through that. Hi, Bybit hack effect analysis. No, news does not impact my analysis at all, right? Usually when I see a shorting opportunity and I get into a short because I'm seeing the structure could potentially start correcting it. I see the fake out. I saw the weakness on the 4-hour. I had my trend based fib, okay? Just wait for that. From the low to the high to the low, we rejected exactly at the 1.236 three-wave structure target. Okay. Usually when I'm looking for a short in a specific zone and I'm shorting lucky here to the downside and prices in my favor and I'm taking profits, then the next day, because I'm not a fundamental person, then the next day I'll hear that, oh, this happened and that caused the crash, whatever the case might be. I was just trading the technicals. You need bad news to reverse price action, and you need good news to push it up. Most often, what happens is price will first pump, then the news comes out. Price will first dump, and then the news will come out to support the pump or to support the dump. That's why I love technicals. Because technicals, I was looking for a short in this zone. I didn't know anything about Bybit. Didn't know anything. All right. I spoke about the show. You guys can rewind the live stream. During the first 10 minutes of the live stream, I told everyone, if you want to short, you need to short right now. Okay. We were there. We were right over there. And I said, guys, if you want to short, you need to short right now. This is where you short. This is where you put your stop loss. And right, as soon as you tap the 0.88, we must probably going to take the high. We front run it by $4. And then price crashed here to the downside. I was looking for a short over here. I didn't see the price of the news. I didn't know about the news. I was just trading the technicals. Technicals are so much more powerful. Okay. Why don't you think it don't claim 99.740 and come back below again? 99.7? 99.7? It can in a flat. Okay, if this is forming an A, B, C here to the upside, it can still claim the high, but it's still a corrective structure because this could be a B wave, a flat that claims the high and it claims the low, right? ABC flat, definitely a possibility. I would like the A wave to still continue a little bit down. Then we go make a B wave. Then we go make the C wave because we need to, have the low inside of this zone. It's a very short correction. It's very short in time. Remember, guys, that everything needs to have balance, okay? When you have an impulse to the upside and it starts correcting itself, it can't just do that and continue. It's too short. If it continues, then this is still part of the same structure. But at some point, the entire structure needs to start correcting itself. And then you want to see a balance. The perfect balance, and you don't always get what you want, is a 1-to-1 extension. Okay. If it took 10 days for the impulse, you want the corrective structure to always also take 10 days. And if the corrective structure is also taking 10 days and it has not claimed the low yet, that's usually a very bullish sign. If you have 10 days up and 10 days sideways and you're still forming a higher low, that's usually a sign for more upwards momentum. And I do know that there are traders that trade time. Okay? They trade time. This dip here to the, if this was the end and this is the start of this corrective, or this correction is starting to correct this entire structure, it cannot end here. It's too short. If it continues upwards, then the structure is not done, right? But it has low probability at the moment because we claimed the low. Also, what I want to check is if I take a fib, just want to see something over here from this low to the high. Oh, ever so slightly front run the, okay, let me just take this one out the way. This is now what I'm looking at, legends. This will be the next clue, okay? If Bitcoin taps the 0.88, you increase the probabilities that you're going to come and take this low, okay? Once it claims the 0.88 and it takes this low, you have way more confirmation that this corrective structure that's forming over here is going to correct this entire structure. And then you're looking at least Sunday, Monday for the corrective structure to end. Hence again, weekends are boring price action, because if we are starting a corrective structure over here, it can just get very choppy and boring and boring and boring. Okay. I want to see something here on the 1 hour time frame. Also, the fact, okay, this was the bullish sign for me before I took the short. That was a bullish sign. You're closing high time frame candle like the 1 hour above the trend. Okay, that's why I was so defensive with my short. That was a bullish sign. But on the 4 hour, you left a week behind. And the higher the time frame, the more accurate it becomes. If you attempt to break out a trend of this magnitude, if you want to break out of this trend and you leave a week behind on the 4 hour time frame, there's a high chance that price is going to still fall down because it got rejected. And the higher the time frame, the rejection, the more powerful it is. So there's 15-minute and 1 hour candle closes above, but the 4 hour screams bearishness. So I don't need the news to tell me that price is bearish. Okay, the technicals are showing me that it's bearish. Can we still go and take the high? Yes, of course, because then you're most likely forming a B flat and then you fall down again. Right, legends, let me put it sounds very quiet at the moment. Okay, I see a lot of people are jumping off the live stream. Hour and 52 minutes into the live stream. Let's put the music a little bit softer so you guys can hear me talk. Okay, legends, there's just too many comments. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to scroll to the bottom of the comments and then work my way slightly up. I feel like I'm not winning. I'm just falling behind. I feel like I'm running the marathon and everyone is ahead of me and I'm just like, you know, struggling to catch up. Okay, let's get here right at the bottom. I've got to learn somewhere why not here. Absolutely beautiful. Now we go in wave 5. Oh, you're thinking that we're now going into wave 5? We've just completed the 4. It's a possibility. I don't like that though. I do not like that selling pressure kicking in. That's really bad, right? Which tells me that even if you take the high, you're going to come down in a B flat. Right. Let's work our way back up. Dewald, it is the 4th wave. Crypto Creek. The 4th wave? You think this is the 4th wave? You need to show me. Join our Legends community. Okay, I like to say that. Join our Legends community. Inside of the chat, the free chat section, you can share your chart with me and show me how you've counted this structure. I'm very curious. How did you count this structure? Want to know how you counted this structure and how do you see 5 waves inside of the structure? I'm just curious. I want to see why you're counting this as a 4th wave and still getting a 5th wave, because I'm telling you now, the result is exactly the same. If this is the 5th wave over here, and you are saying that we're still going to make a 5th wave over here, the result is exactly the same. If I'm looking at an A, B, C, and you looking at a 5th wave to end over here, you could still get an A, B, C. The result is we're going down. It's exactly the same. I will see it as an ABC flat, and you will see it as the end of a 5th wave. So however you count the structure, we are both right. We're still expecting more momentum to the downside, because what do you get after you complete the 5th wave? The structure has to correct itself. It's as simple as that. Right. Let's go. When using levels, does the level get used when a candle body taps or wicks taps it or the wick? When using levels, does the level get used when a candle body taps it or the wick? Both. Okay, here you can see, for example, there where my red line is. I have this red line here for a very, very specific reason. And on the 1 hour time frame, there was body closes above. Okay, but I still took the short. Whether a wick tapped it or whether the bodies tapped it, I was still looking for the short. During my backtesting of daily and weekly levels, I have found that if you close bodies above a daily and a weekly level, it increases the probabilities ever so slightly that you are going to continue momentum to the upside even with a correction. So if this was a daily level and I saw that, I will still take the short, but I know that you've increased the probabilities that you are going to take that high again. That's something that I found during my backtesting. I'm not sure if it changed. I need to go and backtest it again, because I know the market makers, they up their game, you know, and they constantly change the rules of the game. So you constantly have to backtest your strategies to see if you need to make changes to your strategy. Right. Gone through that. Can you explain the time-based FIP a little more? I've been trading for 6 years, but unfamiliar with the strategy. Why do you want it to hit the target after the 0.382? Okay, so time is never in invalidation, but when you go and backtest any structure, okay, so what is a good example to use? Time. Time plays a very important role. And I think the frustrating thing about time is that not a lot of books and trading books and seminars and courses say anything about time. I have learned from a backtesting perspective how important the relationship is between an impulse and a correction. Okay, so when I look at this impulse, okay, there's the low and there's the high. You agree, okay? That's the low, that's the high. And there's another low over here. So perhaps this was the impulse and this was the correction. When I take a time FIP, I want to see a relationship between them. So you click with your time FIP on the low, and then you double click here on the high. Okay. From my backtesting, okay, it is very uncommon. It does happen, but like I would say it has a 10% chance, even lower, when you have an impulse to the upside for the corrective structure to end before the 0.382 is very uncommon. And remember, we trade probabilities. So if you have a 10% probability that this is the low, and now you're looking for longs here to the upside, when I look at time, I'm like, it's too soon. The corrective structure still needs to continue. Look at where it ended eventually after the 2. And that is very common, to have an impulsive structure and a corrective structure being twice as long as your impulse. Very common to have a corrective structure longer than the impulse. But this is where, you know, this is why I have the 2 in green, and this is why I have the 1 in green. My color codes here are very specific for very specific reasons. As long as it's in the green zone, it's a healthy correction. When your correction starts going to the 3, you're like, okay, no, something's not right. When it goes into the 4, danger. It's something else. Maybe there's a structure before that you need to take into consideration as well. Okay, so time plays an important role from an impulsive and a corrective perspective. Okay, there's also a beautiful example here on AR. If I go onto the daily time frame and I now look at, okay, that's the trade that I'm in on AR on weeks. So there's a clear impulse here to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear impulse, 5-wave structure. Now this looks very corrective. So from a timing perspective, I take a FIP from the low to the high, which I did, and you can see that we have passed the 1-to-1, and we are almost here at the, well, halfway, but you know, we are between the 1 and the 2. So the corrective structure is now already longer than the impulse, which tells me that it's getting ready. At any moment, it's going to pop to the upside, because as long as you have a long corrective structure, especially that goes past the 1, from your impulsive perspective, and you have still not taken the low, it increases the probabilities that this is a bullish structure and it's going to come claim the high and go to higher levels. So timing is a very important part of trading, and not a lot of people talk about it. Not even in the trading courses that I've attended over the years. Okay. Hope that answered your question. Right, shorted. Well done. Dewald, how to get naked point of control daily and weekly levels? Very simple. If I go here onto Bitcoin, let's clean up the mess. I want to delete the time fib over there. I just want to switch off the trends, clean up the kitchen. Okay, now we have a clean chart. So for daily naked point of controls, they are very, very powerful levels. You go onto the daily time frame. Where is it? Right, here we go. I thought I lost the chart over here. Okay, when you are on the daily time frame, okay, what I like to do is I will now look at yesterday's candle. So every day I look at the previous day's candle. So tomorrow I will look at this candle, and then, you know, so you get the point. I will go and take my fixed range volume profile. Can you see it over there? You select it, and then what I will do is I will snap it onto this candle from the top to the bottom. Doesn't matter if you get it perfect, it will do it for you, okay? As long as you just put it on that candle. Then when I zoom into the previous day, you can see that there's the point of control. So where that red line is where yesterday, this is where the most amount of volume was traded. That becomes your point of control. But it should not be tapped by price action. So if this week went into it, okay, I don't use it. But it's still untapped at the moment. I've just checked on the smaller time frames, and you will see that that is where I have my naked point of control. I also have an untapped naked point of control in this candle. So again, I do the same thing from the top to the bottom, and you can see there is my naked point of control. Okay. I actually just need to align this one. You see, it didn't tap it, right? That one is still untapped. And that is how you get your naked point of controls, and you do the exact same thing on the weekly time frame. Exact same thing. I don't even have to show you. You just do the same thing. Candle is a candle at the end of the day. And that is how you get those levels. Right. Cool. Right, legends, we are over 2 hours here. Woo! Didn't know this live stream was going to continue for so long. Legends, remember, if you'd like to come and trade with me, it's also your way to support the channel. I organize you the best deals. It costs you nothing extra. You still get that $10 to $100. It's now a draw. It's a lucky packet, okay? You get $10 to $100. You might get lucky and get the 100. You might get 50. You might get 20. You might get 80. But at least you will get 10. That's the minimum, right? By signing up with the link down in the description, you get $10 to $100. It's a random draw that takes place by signing up with only an email and a password. And then if you do have $200 to deposit into your features account, and you leave it there for 24 hours, you get another $100 to trade with. At least this $100 is guaranteed. Right, so go and support my channel. And remember, it helps me to keep on bringing you the alpha on a daily basis. Right, you support the channel and I give you the best deals. You also get 50% discount on your trading fees only by using the link down in the description. If you don't like weeks, I also have Bluffin. They have a competition running at the moment where you can win up to $5.6 million. Right, we have a team running there at the moment, and they are trading like crazy maniacs and doing pretty well at the moment. All you need is an email and a password, and you also get that up to 100K that gets airdropped into your account as you are trading. Whew. Legends, let's see if there's any other comments. Sorry, guys. I thought I was going to be able to get through every single comment. It's just absolutely crazy. There's just too many comments, okay? XRP 1 hour flip low, okay? Right, Legends. Major distinction I'm learning as well. Fun kids. Right, Legends. I have unfortunately run out of time, and I know that you have asked for Myro. You have asked for ETH. You have asked for virtual, and I have tagged those comments so that I don't forget about it. But I've been here for over 2 hours. I'm tired. The light is giving me a little bit of a headache over here. I want to also go and switch off and relax for the weekend. So maybe next week we will do the altcoin requests because they just take too long. It was very interesting answering all of your questions. Have a great weekend. Until the next one, cheers for now.